Good day viewers, welcome to another edition of the Daily Strange Stories. I'm John Brown. I hope you're enjoying a relaxing weekend and cherishing quality time with loved ones. Our lead story for today: Babita Deokaran's shooter arrested and released. 4 people killed in deadly N3 accident. 3 people dead after being sprayed with bullets in their Mercedes-Benz car. In South Africa, where corruption and hidden dangers are rampant, some people pay the ultimate price for uncovering truths that powerful figures want to keep buried. Babita Deokaran, a dedicated official in the Gauteng Health Department, has become a symbol of that harsh reality. She knew too much about irregular dealings that drained millions from public funds, and it cost her everything. Now, fresh revelations show how authorities captured the man accused of pulling the trigger in her killing, only to set him free without any charges. This twist raises deep questions about justice and protection for those who speak out. At the same time, tragedy strikes on South Africa's roads, where a devastating crash near Bergville has claimed 4 lives in a collision between a truck and a minibus taxi, highlighting the ongoing risks drivers face every day. And in Mpumalanga, 3 men have met a grim end in an execution-style attack inside their luxury car, adding to a pattern of unsolved killings in a troubled area. These events unfold like chapters in a larger tale of loss, mystery, and the search for answers, drawing us into the intricate details that make them impossible to ignore. Babita Deokaran's story begins with her role as the Chief Director of Financial Accounting in the Gauteng Health Department. Over 3 decades, she rose from a simple accounting clerk to a position where she oversaw massive budgets meant for public healthcare. Her sharp eye spotted something wrong at Tembisa Hospital, a key facility in Mkhuhlu. Orders poured in for items that seemed out of place, hundreds of office chairs, skinny jeans, and art supplies costing R500,000. These purchases added up quickly, part of an R850 million spending spree over just 4 months. Deokaran flagged these as suspicious, halting payments to hundreds of companies linked to the hospital. She even warned her chief financial officer in a message that their lives might be in danger because someone could realize they were onto the scheme. That warning came on the 11th of August 2021, and just 12 days later, on the 23rd of August 2021, gunmen ambushed her outside her home in Winchester Hills, south of Johannesburg, right after she dropped her daughter off at school. Bullets ended her life in an instant, leaving behind a family shattered and a nation questioning how far corruption's reach extends. Investigators moved fast in the days following the attack. 3 days after Deokaran's death, police arrested 6 hitmen tied to the minibus taxi industry. These men had rented safe houses near her home, positioning themselves strategically to carry out the hit. The arrests led to a bigger catch: Khanyisani Mpungose, a taxi boss found with bundles of cash. On the evening of the 1st of September 2021, a full week after the murder, a bakkie carrying Mpungose left a complex of flats and headed onto the N3 toward KwaZulu-Natal. A determined police captain, now retired, named Freddie Hicks, led the team that tailed the vehicle. They intercepted it at a petrol station, interrupting what appeared to be a meeting. Mpungose and another man were taken into custody at Johannesburg Central Police Station, their cars and cash seized as evidence. At the time, the police minister praised the swift action, noting the large amounts of money involved, which suggested the killing was a well-funded operation. Yet, despite this promising lead, the Hawks, the elite investigative unit, released Mpungose after just several days. No charges were filed against him. His cell phone, taken during the arrest, was never forensically examined for clues. This decision came from the lead investigator, Lieutenant Colonel Percy Chauge. 3 months later, in November 2021, Mpungose himself was killed in Tembisa, silencing a potential key witness forever. The hitmen arrested earlier eventually entered a plea and sentencing agreement in July 2023. In their statements, they described stalking Deokaran because she had become problematic in her role, blocking corrupt deals. They named Mpungose as the one who recruited them and even as the triggerman, along with an unknown accomplice. Sentences for these men ranged from 6 to 22 years, with some eligible for parole as early as 2026. But the masterminds behind the plot remain at large, and the release of Mpungose stands out as a glaring missed opportunity. These details emerge from a new book called The Shadow State, which delves into the investigation's missteps. It highlights how the Hawks not only let Mpungose go but also overlooked critical evidence from Deokaran's own devices. Her laptop and cell phone, seized on the day of the murder, sat unexamined for 7 months. No data was downloaded or analyzed forensically, even though they contained vital information about her probe into Tembisa Hospital's irregularities. Independent analysis later revealed a trove of emails and correspondence showing a vast network extracting funds from the hospital's budget. This network involved tenders worth up to 2 billion rand, now under scrutiny by the Special Investigating Unit, SIU. The SIU has identified more than 4 syndicates operating in this space, with some members already arrested. They are working closely with the South African Police Service and the Hawks to pursue criminal charges. For years on the 23rd of August 2025, Deokaran's family and supporters gathered at the site of her death to mark the anniversary. Her brother spoke of the ongoing pain, noting how the family still seeks the truth about who hired the hitmen. He emphasized following the money trail, believing the case is far from cold.
Have you had a chance to hear or listen to some of what General Mkhuhlu had to say in his media briefing?
Yes, I did.
And what did you make of it?
Well, I'm actually glad that he's spoken out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't pertain only purely to Babita. It pertains to many other departments in this country. And our entire system has been compromised here. And I'm glad that he has brought it to the fore. And on behalf of that, we're actually grateful for him, as I've said.
Yeah. There's a lot of speculation around a entrepreneur who's recently been arrested, a Vusimuzi Kat Matlala, who seems to have been fingered or identified in the investigations that Babita was doing. Anything more that the family is aware of pertaining to his alleged involvement, perhaps in her death?
So once again, I say I don't like to speculate, but yes, his name did come to the fore, according to Babita's reports. And hopefully now it's all coming to light. Because if it has been mentioned in 2021 and nothing was done about it, it's about time we do something about it.
I want to ask you point blank, does the family believe he's the mastermind?
We would not speculate on that again. Because it's a difficult situation to be in until you provide proof to us, on the table or via a report, whatever the case may be. I'd leave that to the SIU to decide.
Do you think there is a political will to actually find the person who ordered the hit on Babita?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. They would find the person. Because the trail is there. You just need to follow the trail and follow the money. That's all.
Deokaran's daughter, who was 17 and in grade 12 at the time of the murder, is now in her second year of university, studying BCom Finance to honor her mother's dreams.
It's been a year, and I know how everyone's saying, oh, the time has gone so fast, but it's actually gone very slow. A lot has changed for me and my family, and we all miss my mom, but it's been a long year and it's still not easy. Especially I didn't know at the time, I thought she was just, a regular person that just goes to work, come back home. So it was a shock for me to find out that she was doing this other stuff. But yeah. So the morning she just dropped me off at school, and then my cousin and my uncle came to pick me up. And it was so weird because I came down and everyone was just staring at me. So I didn't know what happened. And then they told me, and then I was shocked. I don't even remember that well, but yeah. An only child even, so I was very spoiled. And then she's my best friend. That's where I learned to watch Bollywood movies, or I like to cook, bake. I feel if something interesting happens or something fun happens, I have I don't have it to tell. Yeah, if I got my learners, did well in school, then it's I can't tell her about it. It's still difficult, but what can you do? But at least I know she did make a difference. Even if we don't see the results currently, we know it's gonna happen eventually.
Calls for a foundation in Deokaran's name have grown to celebrate her bravery and push for better whistleblower protection. Activists and organizations like the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation and the organization Undoing Tax Abuse joined the remembrance, hosting symposiums to discuss corruption in Gauteng's health sector. Speakers stressed that Deokaran was not just a whistleblower but a patriot defending public resources, ensuring healthcare access as a constitutional right. The SIUS head has assured the family that progress is being made, with investigations closing in on the masterminds. They have prepared 111 disciplinary referrals against health department officials and 25 administrative actions against companies. 4 criminal referrals for corruption are in play, and civil litigation aims to cancel corrupt contracts and recover funds. The probe covers 4,000 tenders, identifying 200 service providers that benefited improperly, with the total value climbing to 2 billion rand. This complexity shows the depth of the syndicates, involving collusion between officials and external players. Labour leaders have echoed these calls, demanding that the state identify who planned and funded the hit, suspecting the money came directly from Tembisa Hospital's coffers. Political figures have labelled Deokaran's death a failure of the justice system, urging stronger efforts to protect those fighting corruption. Deokaran's case echoes other instances where financial misconduct in healthcare leads to severe consequences. This week we published a video which mentions all the high-profile individuals who were involved in the multi-million rand tender scandals that Babita Deokaran tried to block days before she was gunned down. The video reveals why Babita Deokaran was killed, and we strongly encourage you to watch the video. Just click on the link on the upper right of the screen or find the link in the description section of this video. In a related development, a former acting finance manager at Gray's Hospital in KwaZulu-Natal has been sentenced to 8 years in prison for fraud and money laundering. This individual, aged 43, siphoned 1.1 million rand from the hospital between September 2020 and April 2021. In her position, she advised on fund availability but abused her access by creating fake orders through a company she controlled. Items like sterile gauze, paper towels, and surgical dressings were listed, with forged signatures authorizing payments. The funds went into the company's account, which she used for personal expenses. The scheme unraveled when supplies never arrived, leading to her arrest and guilty plea. The court imposed sentences that, after concurrency, resulted in 8 effective years, serving as a warning to others tempted by similar acts. Shifting focus to the roads, where danger lurks in everyday travel, a horrific accident has unfolded on the N3 highway near Bergville in KwaZulu-Natal. On the morning of the 23rd of August 2025, a truck collided with a minibus taxi at the Bergville interchange, killing 4 people and injuring 6 others. Emergency services, police, and road traffic inspectors rushed to the scene, closing the northbound lanes toward Gauteng for several hours. The crash caused a heavy backlog, with traffic only normalizing by midday after the lanes reopened. Motorists were urged to approach with caution, as the area remained hazardous while crews cleared the wreckage. Details paint a picture of sudden chaos. The minibus, carrying passengers, met the truck in a devastating impact that left both vehicles mangled. The KwaZulu-Natal Department of Transport expressed deep condolences and assigned a team to locate and support the victims' families. This incident follows closely on another tragedy just a week earlier, on the 16th of August 2025, when 5 family members and a truck driver died in a crash on the N2 between Mkhuhlu and Dogotweni. That accident involved a light motor vehicle and a truck, with the driver's body recovered hours later. The family member's funeral is set for the 24th of August 2025 in Ndwedwe, underscoring the rapid succession of these losses. Authorities point to reckless behavior as a major factor, with statistics showing that up to 87% of road fatalities in South Africa stem from human error. The department is ramping up its road safety strategy, built on 4 pillars: enforcement through visible law enforcement to deter unsafe driving, education via campaigns to promote responsibility, engineering improvements to road infrastructure for better safety, and evaluation to measure the impact and lives saved. The N3 toll concession praised the quick response of incident management teams, who assisted victims and reopened the busy freight route. These efforts highlight the shared responsibility for road safety, as officials work to change behaviors that turn highways into death traps. In yet another layer of this unfolding narrative, 3 men have been gunned down in an execution-style attack in Mkhuhlu, in Mpumalanga, adding to the area's reputation as a hotspot for deadly incidents. The event occurred around 11 a.m. on the 22nd of August 2025, near Khanyisani Hospital. The victims were inside a charcoal-colored Mercedes-Benz with Gauteng registration plates when attackers in a white Mercedes-Benz pulled up and opened fire with high-caliber rifles, including an AK-47. Bullets riddled the car, leaving cartridges scattered around the scene. 2 men died immediately, while the third was rushed to the nearby hospital but succumbed to his injuries shortly after. Police have opened murder cases for each victim, but the motive remains unknown, and no arrests have been made. A specialized task team, led by the acting provincial commissioner, is investigating around the clock, confident that community tips will lead to breakthroughs. They urge anyone with information to contact the Crime Stop line or use the MySAPS app anonymously. Mkhuhlu Trust, often called the Land of Blood, has seen over 25 similar killings in the past 2 years, with few resolutions, making this latest attack part of a troubling pattern that keeps residents on edge. These stories, from the corridors of corrupted power in Gauteng's health system, to the perilous highways of KwaZulu-Natal, to the bullet-strewn streets of Mpumalanga, weave together a tapestry of human struggle against unseen forces. Deokaran's unresolved murder, with its botched investigation and released suspect, stands as a stark reminder of how truth-seekers are targeted. The road crash exposes the fragility of life during routine journeys, while the Mpumalanga shooting reveals the undercurrents of danger in everyday settings. Each detail, from the forged orders in hospital fraud to the concurrent sentences in court, builds a fuller picture of a society grappling with accountability and safety. As investigations continue, with the SIU digging into billions in tenders and police chasing leads in fresh tragedies, the need for vigilance grows. Thanks for watching this news bulletin. Please share your opinion in the comments section. We would be glad to read and respond to your comments. Let's meet again tomorrow in our next strange story. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a relaxing Sunday.